Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Cindy and we're doing a budget with me and we're doing paycheck number 1 for the month of May. This month is, well, when I started the monthly budget, I had to remember, wait a minute, we have 3 paychecks this month and I had to like redo my numbers, a couple of times, but I got it down. And with it being 3 paychecks this month, feels like a longer month. The numbers are going to be quite different. They're actually going to be a little bit higher. So I am going to show you guys step by step. We're going to continue building our emergency fund, but there's also a couple of things that I want to do with this paycheck. So this is the 1st of May, and I have already paid with the previous check all my bills that are due towards the beginning of the month, like my mortgage, my electric bill, my water. All those things are already sitting in my bills account and ready for when the bills are due. So with this paycheck, this is actually our free check. Okay, we don't have any bills to pay this paycheck. So we had to, I had to sit down with my husband and see what we wanted to do, because before this pandemic, we did have a couple of plans with the extra paycheck this month. I'm going to show you guys exactly. Right here is what I have done. I have my monthly budget, which I always do at the beginning of the month, and I have my first form for the month for the first paycheck, our paycheck tracker. I'm going to zoom you guys in there. And we're going to jump right in, and I'm just going to explain things as I go along. I'm going to grab a pen here. I have my scrap paper here on the side, just so I was playing with numbers and seeing what we were going to do. Okay, so we're going to, let me zoom you guys in here. Okay. So for the paycheck, his actual paycheck is $1,979.09. That's all we're getting, so we're gonna bring that down here. $1,079.09 is the total of his paycheck. And bills, we are not paying any bills this paycheck, which that feels kind of nice. No bills at all. We don't need to. Like I said, we've already paid the bills for the beginning of the month. And now we're coming down here to the groceries and things like that. So the leftover, I mean, it's going to stay with the full paycheck because nothing came out for bills. $1,079.09. Okay. Make sure you guys can see it. I have a new setup going on here, so I want to see if you guys can see everything. Okay, so for groceries, we're going back to our original budget of $200 basically per paycheck. It is $400 a month on a normal month, but because there is 3 paychecks, our grocery budget is actually going to be $600 this month, which I'm okay with, because since stores are slowly but surely, they're starting to stock up a little bit more on meat. We can actually get some meat. That is one thing we have really been struggling here in my area, is getting meat. Even sandwich meat has been hard to find. So I can really, stock up on some meat because we are in need of it. So we're going to have $600 this month. So it'll be the same $200 that we usually take out per paycheck when things were normal. Same with household. It's going to be $50 for household, again because of the extra paycheck. Usually our household budget is just $100, but this month will be $150. Okay, now gas, I am leaving that the same as well. It's going to be $150. Gas went up. I'm having $400 this month. that is only because I know gas prices have went down, but we're going to actually be doing some more driving this month. And it, like I said, it is longer. So I will share exactly, why we are upping our gas right now. But yeah, we're going to be doing a lot more driving. So $150 for gas, $37 for hobbies. And then here is the number. Mother's Day. This is something extra I added, and it's $300. Now, do not think this is all for me. That would be nice, right? Why not? But it's not for all for me at all. For Mother's Day, actually, none of that is for me. I, sat down with my husband and we've talked about this, and we have been feeling so blessed and thankful that we've been building our emergency fund. No, we haven't hit our goal, but I feel comfortable enough at this point, and no matter what, we feel blessed. Okay, if we had an emergency come up, we have money in our emergency fund, we have money in our sinking funds. So we wanted to take Mother's Day and bless a few people. And that is what that is for. That is why we're putting such a high amount for Mother's Day. And there's just so many people that are going through hard times right now, and we feel so blessed, and we decided, you know what, let's bless others this Mother's Day and help out the best we can. And that is also why we up the gas, because this little thing we're doing is going to include us driving quite a distance for a couple of these stops, and we're just going to basically drop off some care packages and things like that for some people just to bless them. It's not something crazy, but I just feel like it's just something, and what we're able to do. So that is going to take a lot of driving, and we are still doing social distancing. We are staying home. You guys know I've been home with my health concerns and things like that. So it will be definitely just a drop and go kind of thing, and surprise them with a little something at their door. And that's what we're planning to do. So I'm actually really, really excited about it. I don't want to go into too much detail about it because I do have some friends and family that watch my videos. So I'm not trying to say too much, but so just in case they're watching. But yeah, that is what we're planning to do. That is why we have that much money aside. Can that go into emergency fund? Yes, it could. And it would be a nice chunk going into our emergency fund. But like I said, we feel blessed and fortunate that my husband still has been able to be working right now, and we've been good with food. We've been good with everything that we need. We've been able to pay our bills. So we just wanted to, pay it forward and just bless a few people for Mother's Day. So that was a decision that we made. Please keep the comments no negativity, be nice. And I know I've talked about this in my previous videos. Some people can be very judgmental, especially when you come on here and you're sharing. This is very personal to us. We're sharing our budget and putting ourselves out there because it helps you guys more to share our real numbers and stuff. But I also know with that comes can bring a lot of negativity and judgments and things. And so I just want to say how I use my money. This is what we want to do. This is our money. You can do whatever you want to do with your budget. I do not judge anyone else whatsoever, and I hope that everyone will treat us the same. So there that is. But we wanted to do that. So I'm going to go ahead and add up this total. Actually, I don't need a calculator for this because we're keeping everything exactly the same. So you guys can see, if you don't know, just in case, this form I'm using is from the Budget Mom, the Paycheck Bill Tracker. And over here in the darker purple, I already have that done. This is like the budgeted amount, which is what I go off of when I do my my monthly budget. I just do it on a piece of paper, and I take these numbers and bring it over to the budgeted amount side, and then when my husband gets paid, I put his actual numbers, and that's what I work with when I'm filming for you guys right now. So this is the budgeted amount, and what I'm doing now is the actual numbers. And so this side is everything is staying the same here. So this is $737 is total for our extra expenses here. Okay, and that will leave us with $1,242.09. I did the math prior to recording, but let me just double check because I have to keep checking my numbers 3 times sometimes to make sure it is accurate. So I'm just going to make sure. I'm going to deduct this amount from the paycheck. $1,242.09. That is correct. Okay, so now I zoom you guys in here. We're going to carry that over. 1,242.09. Okay, now you're probably seeing this already. Another big one. This is a huge number. $800 into our home account. And this is our sinking funds. So $800. Why do I need to put $800 in our home sinking fund? Well, when was it? The beginning of the year sometime, our sofa was ruined by our children. We had it for a while. And it just got to the point where we had to let it go. Okay, right now we have been currently just using our 2 recliners, well, 3 recliners. My husband's recliner is more like a love seat kind of thing, and that's what we've been using. So we don't have a regular sofa right now because of that, and it's kind of driving me insane. And our original plan was for, because I knew in the month of May we were going to have 3 paychecks, was to use this paycheck to go ahead and get us a new living room set. And because like everything that happened, I was just kind of going back and forth. Is this something we should still do? Honestly, you guys, I grew up very, very poor. You know, my mom was a single mom of 3 kids, and you know, it was a struggle, you know, but she did the best that she could do for us. And there was just some things that wasn't necessary, and if there was times that we didn't have a couch, we had to sit on the floor, we sat on the floor. And I guess that mentality kind of just carried over where, I mean, we have 3 recliners. We're not sitting on the floor. We're still, I feel, very blessed. We have a roof over our heads. My kids are eating. I mean, I'm extremely thankful for everything that we have right now. And just because we don't have an actual long sofa versus recliners, it's not exactly something that is an emergency, or at least I wouldn't say it's an emergency. But it is something that we need. And so I decided, you know, I should say me and my husband, we'll go ahead and stick with the plan. Now, it's not going to be a full set, which is why I'm only putting aside $800. I'm not going to go to that, getting a whole full set. I mean, I don't find it necessary right now. So we'll put aside $800. And if something comes up, if we find a good deal, I would prefer to spend less than $800 even, just for a simple couch. I'm not looking for anything extravagant or anything like that. Something simple to have here, and hopefully I can do less than $800. Now, I am not going to run to the store tomorrow and get this couch. I want to kind of let that money sit there just for a little bit, just to make sure that everything is okay. I feel like I know that states are starting to open back up and things like that, but I don't, my opinion, feel like we're completely out of the woods yet. So I just want to make sure that our emergency fund is built up and everything like that. So before I go off and buy the couch, I just want to see how we do this month before I go and do that. But at least the money is there for when we're ready, or if like a really good deal comes up that we just can't pass. But yeah, so we are going to be putting that for a couch, and we're not going to be putting any money in other sinking funds for that reason. So we are going to put in medical $30 and miscellaneous $30. Medical is just something that I really want to continue trying to put a little something from every paycheck into. So that is what we're going to be doing. So you guys, I'm really excited about a couch though. We need it. I don't know about you, like, I don't get me wrong, recliners are great, we love them, but there's just something about being able to lay out on the couch, you know, like just stretch your legs and lay down on the couch. I miss it so much, and I feel we've put it off and put it on the back burner for quite a while now, and I am just ready to lay out on a couch. But we'll see how that goes. We're not in a rush. At least the money is sitting there, and if everything keeps going forward for the rest of the month, then we'll go ahead and go out and see what we find. So, okay, I'm excited about that though. And now we're going to go ahead and add this up. That is $860. Didn't change anything there. And we're going to do the math. I'm going to see, subtract this number from that leftover amount. Okay, so that comes out to $382.09 is what we'll have left over. And as you can see here, right now with extra debt, we're not paying anything towards debt, I should say. We're just making the minimum payment on our debt. So that's still paused, and we're going to go straight down to the emergency fund, which will have $382.09. And when I did the budgeted amounts, I was only going to be able to transfer $103 to emergency fund. And let me say again, you know, I think that is a great number. I've had a couple of you actually messaged me since my last video privately on Instagram, and some of you kind of felt a little bit, you know, a little down because you weren't able to put, you know, a whole lot of money all at once into emergency fund. And I want to encourage you, do not feel that way. Anything that you can put into an emergency fund, it's amazing, and you should be proud of that, even if it's just $10. And there's times where we can only save $10, and there's times where we can't even save anything from that paycheck. You do the best that you can do. Don't let my numbers, you know, or discourage you in any way. That's not what this video is for. I want to encourage you to have an emergency fund, and you can only do the best that you can do. And that, at the end of the day, that is what matters. Everyone is having a really hard time right now, and you know, you just do what's best for you and your family. If you could put more, if you're putting $1,000 into your savings, that is great. But if you're putting only 10, that is also great. We can, you know, like, we can't compare ourselves to one another, okay? So I just want to encourage you that no matter what that number is, you know, be proud of it. Be excited that you're doing something towards your future. You're putting money away for an emergency, and that's what matters. If I was only going to be able to put $103 in there, I would have been just as happy as what I'm about to put in there now. You know, like, I'm just, whatever I can do is what matters. You know, yes, I could have put like a lot of more money. So right now we're looking at $382.09 is what I'm going to be putting into emergency fund from this paycheck. I know you're probably thinking, man, that is not an emergency right now. And I agree. A couch is not an emergency right now. That can go into emergency fund. Mother's Day, putting $300, you might feel is excessive. That's not an emergency right now. I agree. Again, this is my budget, and this right here, I feel for Mother's Day, it's not an emergency, but it's important to us. We want to bless other people, and the couch, no, it's not an emergency, but it is important to us. It's something that we want to have, and I've always said from the very beginning of my budget videos, I'm not, all hard when it comes to my budget. We still want to live. We still want to enjoy our lives and be able to do things and have certain things. That is our choice on how we do that and how we use our money. So I still think that $382 from this paycheck is a great number, and even if it was only going to be $103, still a great number. No matter which way you look at this, I think it's still, this is extra money because this is an extra paycheck. I would have never put this money in there if we didn't have this extra paycheck. So anything from this check I think is great. And like I said, this is an extra check. We still have 2 more checks this month coming. So I'm happy with that. And that is what matters. So we're going to put total savings is $382.09 and dun, da, 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 0 left over, which you guys know is the ultimate goal. So when I look at this budget, I'm really excited. It makes me happy. We're going to be able to possibly get our sofa. Like I said, we're not in a rush for it. We're going to, see how things go the rest of this month. But yeah, it's going to be sitting there. So when we're ready, we have it and we can go get that because we do need it. And we're going to be able to bless a few people, which I think I am ultimately really excited about. And this is just with that free paycheck. And then next paycheck, we start off with our normal, paying our bills and all that great stuff. And so this was a really simple one, you guys. And now what we're going to do is I am going to take this number and transfer the emergency fund and the sinking funds over to my Capital One account. Okay, so we're going to do that right now. I'm going to be using, you guys know, I use Zelle. So our main bank is Chase. So my husband's paycheck is sitting in our Chase account. And I'm going to take that number and transfer it over to Capital One 360 using Zelle, which is completely free. And I get it instantly. If you do transfers bank to bank, trying to log in over here. If you do transfer from bank to bank, it takes a few days, sometimes up to a week before you see your money. But using Zelle, it goes there instantly, which is why I love it and I use it. And I can go ahead and show you guys how I transfer all the money once it's in Capital One 360. So this part of transferring with Zelle, I cannot show you guys because it shows more of my personal information. So I'll be right back when the money is in Capital One. Okay, you guys, so I have Zellied over. I keep wanting to say Zelly. The correct way is Zelle. Thank you to my viewers for telling me how to say it right, but I just got to remember to say it that way. Zelle. I Zelled it over to my Capital One 360, and it's right now sitting in my miscellaneous account. Okay, and we're gonna do some transfers now. So we're just gonna hit transfer, and we are transferring from miscellaneous, and we're going to go ahead and do these transfers. So the first one, going into my home account, today's date, choose amount 800, and then make sure you guys can see that. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, and make sure on the screen that everything is right. Miscellaneous to home and $800. There we go. Slide to transfer. Okay, we're gonna make another one, and I'm gonna continue doing that, and I'll be right back when we do the emergency fund. Okay, so now we're going to transfer money to our emergency fund, and that is going to be $382.09 is what's going to our emergency fund. I'm going to click done, verify. Miscellaneous emergency fund 38209, and slide to transfer. You guys, doing this with Capital One 360 is super easy. I get asked that all the time. How is it dealing with all these accounts? And it really is really great with Capital One. It make it super easy and it's quick. All right, so there it is. So now we're going to scroll through our accounts. We've got our bills, everything. I haven't put anything in travels. My husband hasn't had to leave just yet, so just money just sitting there when we need it. Miscellaneous, that is our new home balance. Okay, but not all of that is going. Like I said, I am not trying to get something extravagant. Maybe one day we will get a really nice full set, but that's not, you know, important to us right now, honestly. But yeah, so that is ready for when we're ready to do it. Medical, which I'm so excited. Medical is really growing little by little. And there's the rest of the accounts. Just scroll. Let's get to our emergency fund. And this is our current balance of our emergency fund, $4,622.93. And I am very happy with that. Now I want to show you guys something. Let me see. Hopefully you guys can see that. Let me see if I can zoom you further. Go closer. You're going to see here, monthly interest paid. Do you guys see that? $3.29, you guys. They deposited into my account yesterday. And that's just from the interest. I never received that much money in interest with a standard bank. That was another reason I love Capital One 360 for that. So I'm really happy about that. $3.29. And that's just, you know, my money's just sitting there, and I love it. Makes me super happy. It's free money. So yeah, and that's with all my accounts. I get, this is our car loan. You know, we've got monthly interest. As you can see, every month on the last day of the month, we get monthly interest. Sorry about the crack on my screen. It is just a screen protector. But that's for all the accounts, even the checking accounts. In case you are wondering, it's the same with the checking accounts. You do get paid interest for that. It's not as much as the savings, but you do get something, which I think is pretty awesome. So you can see that, 17 cents for my checking. And I'm always having money coming and going from that. That's our bills account. So pretty great. I'm excited. So I'm going to log out of that. And let's zoom you guys back out. Okay, so there it is. Our money is where it needs to be. We've got our money in our sinking funds, in our emergency fund. These accounts, these amounts, I'm just leaving that in Chase like normal. The Mother's Day, I'm also going to be leaving that in Chase just because that's our main bank, and just swipe the debit card and I just keep track of that. I always keep track of my categories and what I spend in my planner on my expense tracker. Okay, so I know some of you were asking that as well. How do I keep track of these since they do sit in one account all together? I just write it all down. I keep track of my balances and everything in my planner. When I'm on the go, I have it in my notes app, all the balances and all that as well. So I'm always keeping track of every single category, even if it's all together in one account. So there's no confusion and I know what I have left and all that great stuff. So all the transfers are done. This one was pretty simple because we didn't have to pay any bills or anything like that. So like I said, our budget did go up a bit, but that's because it is a longer month. We have 3 paychecks, so just certain things went up, other things stay the same. Our bills are the same. Yeah, so we just wanted to see what we're gonna do with this free paycheck. I'm happy with what we decided to do, and we got everything to zero, which is the ultimate goal. We told our money where to go, and every dollar has a job, and we're gonna go from there. So I will be back for our next budget for paycheck number 2. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to leave your questions down below in the comments, and I will help you guys out to the best that I can. I am not by any means a professional or anything like that. I just can share and help with what I'm doing personally, okay, and what's been working for us and what hasn't been, and so on. If you're interested in this form, I will have that link below in the description of this video as well. If you want to see my previous videos, if maybe you're new here, you're seeing me for the first time, and you really want to see all my sinking funds, you want to see a normal budget with before the pandemic, and all that, I'll have that playlist link below. Also in the description box, I have all my budget videos together in a playlist, and I also did a video last week that I posted of answering the most common questions I was getting. So if you have questions about Zelle, more into Capital One 360, definitely want to check out that previous video as well. I'll have that all linked below for you guys. So, and also you guys, I want to say, oh, the last video, I was thanking you guys because we reached over 200 subscribers, and now we're almost to 400. I'm like, oh my goodness. I'm so excited. I want to say thank you so much for all my new subscribers for being here. I am so glad that you guys have been enjoying the videos. I love reading your comments and just all the feedback that I've been getting, that you guys have really been enjoying these videos, and it's been helping you a lot with your own budget. I'm so thankful for you guys. Thank you so much for subscribing and liking my videos. That helps me out so much, and it makes me so happy to know that you guys are getting help with your budget, and my videos are helping you guys in your journey, and I almost feel like a part of it. So please, let me know how you guys are doing down below. Let me know how you're doing with your emergency fund if you do have one. All those great things. So some of you have started with Capital One as well. Let me know how that's going. I would just love to just to hear your story and see how you guys are doing. Besides that, I hope everyone is doing well. I hope that you guys are all safe and healthy. We're gonna get through this, you guys. We've got through April now. Let's get through this month and pray that everything just keeps going forward and gets better. I know here in Florida, so many people are having a tough time with the unemployment, and just no one's getting their money. And I hope that gets better if you're one of those that are in that situation, that you're having a hard time with that. Also, some people haven't even received their stimulus money, and I'm just praying that they get everything together and fixed, and people can get the money that they need right now. So many people are in need. So Yeah, praying for everyone always. And you guys, please continue to stay home, stay safe. And thank you so much for watching my videos, subscribing, liking my videos, all those things. I appreciate you all so very much. And I will be back, you guys. So until the next one, I'll see you soon. Bye.